Alright, so in the last episode, we started talking about banchan, or small Korean plates. So today we're going to dive right back in, but this time I'm going to show you how to make the easiest, healthiest banchan you could possibly make, sigmuchi namu, or spinach banchan. This dish is served at most Korean meals, and for good reason. It's quick, cheap, and tastes great. And really, what more could you want out of a spinach dish? You can check out the first banchan episode here. As always, exact measurements will be in the description, and if you're interested in learning more about modern Korean and Asian dishes, consider subscribing. And with all that being said, let's make some spinach banchan. So I was lucky enough to snag some of this beautiful spinach from a local farmer's market. You can use bagged spinach or even frozen spinach for this recipe, so don't stress about it, but fresh is almost always best. Because this is fresh, they're still attached at the stem, and there's a lot of dirt. I'm not going to worry about washing or cleaning them because we're going to be blanching the spinach in boiling water for a few seconds, and that will eliminate all of the dirt for us anyway. Work smart, not hard. So basically all we need to do is just cut the bottom part of the stem where it would connect to the roots. There's usually a lot of baby spinach close to the root, so try to save them while you cut. If you have any really long stems, just cut them in half. The stems are honestly the best part of this, and you'll want to keep as much as possible. Once your spinach is all ready to go, set a large pot of water to boil. Because we're going to be blanching the spinach in boiling water, you're going to want a bowl of ice water near the stove. This will shock the spinach and stop the cooking process. Once the water is at a good rolling boil, you can go ahead and drop the spinach in. You're only going to want to blanch this for about 30 seconds. We're just looking to wilt the spinach and give it a bright green color. If you're using frozen spinach, you can skip this step because that's essentially what's already been done prior to freezing. After 30 seconds, place the blanched spinach in the ice water. It only needs to sit in the ice water for a minute or so, just to ensure the cooking process has stopped. Now that the spinach is blanched, it's going to retain a ton of water, so next we'll need to remove as much of it as possible. You're going to want to squeeze it pretty hard to get most of it out, just don't go all Hulk on it and squeeze it so hard that it starts to turn to mush. Place the spinach in a bowl, and to that, add 2 small scallions sliced fairly thinly. Then set it to the side while we make the marinade. For the marinade, we'll need some fresh ginger finely minced. You can use a microplane or grater for this, but if you don't have either, a sharp knife will work just fine. Add the teaspoon of ginger to a small mixing bowl along with 1/4 teaspoon of gochugaru, 3 large garlic cloves minced, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, and a half a teaspoon of sesame oil. Then give it a good mix. Add the marinade to the spinach and scallions and toss it so that everything is nicely coated. Chopsticks work great for this and can really come in handy when cooking. They have a variety of uses. Season with some kosher salt and freshly cracked black pepper. Taste it first though, soy sauce can be a bit too salty sometimes and you may want to omit the salt. Place the spinach onto a serving plate and top with some toasted sesame seeds. And that's it, spinach banchan. You can eat this right away, but it will keep in the fridge for 2 to 3 days. It goes great with pretty much everything, especially barbecue, like spicy miso spare ribs. That's of course a shameless plug for my video, which you can check out here. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be doing something special for my next video. It's a recipe I've had a ton of requests for, so stay tuned for that. And while you're at it, consider subscribing. I release new episodes weekly. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook for more content.